this homeless person in a dark corner during one of my night walks around the year 2000. We made eye contact and he asked me for a cigarette. He was wearing a camouflage jacket, combat pants, and boots. And I said, "Yeah, sure," and handed him the cigarette. He thanked me and expected me to just go away, but for some reason, I didn't feel like leaving. He was interesting. So I lingered in the moment and I asked what his name was. He said Frank. I asked him how life had been treating him. And he said, could be better, could be worse. He just looked so hopeless. And I stayed. He started opening up and told me that he was 64 years old, he had served in Vietnam, had seen a lot of action, and he had a slight stutter when he talked about his time in Vietnam, I'm assuming due to PTSD. His wife had left him, he lost contact with his kids, he couldn't hold a job. So I asked where he lived, and he said he was staying under the bridge nearby. And I asked, well, but what about your veteran benefits? And he gave me this complicated, fading answer about extradition of forms and regulations and so on. And as we spoke, he kept scratching his legs vigorously. And I said, you should go get yourself checked at a clinic, and you should also ask to see a social worker. They should be able to help you with, your needs and the forms. And he said, yeah, I know, I will. And the way he said those words sounded just like he meant them, meaning he wouldn't. Just another plan for tomorrow that never comes. Later, meaning never. I tried one more time. And I said, you're entitled. You served your country. You're entitled to what's yours. It's why I pay my taxes. And the way he looked at me when I said entitled. Entitlement. Entitled means you've gotten it. No question of deserving it, earning. It was seen as an insult to that soldier. Somehow he didn't feel worthy of demanding the very thing to which he was entitled. He just wouldn't let anyone help him. He looked at me, annoyed, and said, ever been a war kid? I said, me? Oh, no, of course not. And he goes, well, then you have no idea, do you? And with that dismissal, I just handed him another cigarette and wandered on my way home into that warm San Diego night. There was a roof made of stars above my head, and it was the very same roof resting above that man's, Frank, head, and the same roof over our heads, but sending us to such different paths. Choices.